Hi, my name is Justin, aka Ghost Reader, and it's good to see you all again. This is my first video of 2021, and I'm just glad to be back doing this again. So, just a quick, I guess I want to give like a quick reason for why I took like my hiatus, and basically, I guess it was kind of just burnout. Around October, I was doing the podcast, I was doing the channel as well, and it first hit me with my podcast, and I was just like, I'm doing way too much. I need to take a break, and I took the break from the podcast for about 2 weeks, and that break kind of also extended over into the YouTube channel. So I went back to doing my podcast after 2 weeks, but what happened was I realized I had so much time on my hands after I stopped reading. I took a pause in reading that I never really went back. So because of that, I basically took like a whole 3 months almost off. I think in that whole time I maybe read maybe 1 or 2 books. And so during those 2 months, I wasn't like completely idle. Of course, I played video games and watched TV and stuff like that, but I also ended up finding like a lot of resources about personal finance, courtesy of the device that I'm using to film this, which is my new iPhone. Because of that, trying to get the iPhone, I went down some roads of how best to like afford one, and that led me to like some personal finance places, and also learning about credit cards and stuff. So I've been like in the last 2 months just learning about personal finance, which led me to revamp my whole outlook on personal finance and get better at that. And so that's kind of what I've been. November and December was really where my focus was. I wasn't really reading almost at all at that time. So basically, I had no content really to put up. I have a whole bunch of books to review that I need to go back and review. But also the motivation for me to read at that time was just all-time low. I just didn't want to read and didn't want to force myself into reading when I really didn't want to. So that's basically why I took a pause for that long. I'm trying to get back into the mix of things. I started an audiobook, so hopefully that has seemed to have kickstarted my reading again. So hopefully I'll have like content for the channel going forward, and hopefully I won't have like a desert of no content in 2021. But we'll see. Because I'm still like kind of in a place where I don't really know where I'm going to go with this channel. I'm probably still going to make content, but I don't know how often or how often I'm going to be motivated to read or anything like that. I really don't have too many goals for 2021. I do have 2, and we'll start with the first one. The first one is simple. I want to all the books that I said I was going to review through NetGalley last year. I want to make sure that I get to all of those books and review them. I don't have too many that I need to review. There's some that I've read, but I just need to like write a review for or make a video about, and so that is what I'll be focusing on throughout the first couple months of this year. Not entirely, but I will be making sure that before the end of the year and before I request any more books to review, I will ensure that I get to those first. So that's going to be one goal of mine, to make sure that before I review any new books, that I get to those old ones. And the second one is kind of like an extension of me trying to looking at my finances and things like that, is I also wanted to see what my bookshelves look like. So, I bought all these books. I have all these books on my bookshelf. How good was I at actually reading the books that I bought? And so I actually went and I actually counted the books on my bookshelves that I had not read. And not just on my bookshelf, but on my Kindle, as Kindle books, and also as my audiobooks too, books I haven't listened to. And here's what the numbers are approximately are, because I could have some counting numbers. So here are the numbers for that. So one, I had 188 books on my bookshelf that I have not read or did not finish reading. Not because they were bad, but because I moved on to other things, got distracted by other books, whatever. 188 books on my shelves that I have not read. I have 79 books in my Kindle that I have, same thing. I either started, then finish, or I started, or I've never started. And the same thing with my audiobooks. I have 36 of those. That's over 300 books in total among those 3 different platforms or places that I have not read. That's a lot of books. And for me, I'm not really a book collector. Like, I don't just buy books to collect them, even though that's what these numbers would suggest. I actually want to read them. So one of my goals of this year is to cut into that number. So to make sure that by the end of the year that I have a good number of those 303 books read. I'm not going to put a number on it because I don't want to put pressure on myself to push through all the books, but I'm going to put more priority on reading those books on my bookshelf and then deciding whether or not I want to keep those books, because I have a lot of books on my bookshelf, but not a lot of space. And so I want to free up some space on those bookshelves. So if I read it and I don't really like it, or if I read it, it was just an okay book and I don't think I want to read it again or keep it, donate it so that someone else can find enjoyment from that book. But I think that 303 books on my bookshelf that I have not read is just absolutely insane. And so we're going to definitely cut down into that. So I think that the audiobooks will probably be one of the easiest ones to do because I can read those like on the go and everything like that. Kindle books will probably be the second easiest one, and then the physical books that I actually own, because that those are physical, so they gotta carry around when I'm out or something like that. It's not as easy as reading on my phone or listening to them. So that's my 2 goals. So my 2 goals: review the books that I have to review from last year, and also to dig into those 303 books and try to like just knock them out, and get them read. So you so once again, you probably see more videos of me like in this setting because I do have a ring light now. Hope the lighting's good. Let me know down in the comment section below about that. 2021 is a new year. 2020 is gone. So I'm hoping for a better 2021, not just for COVID going away and stuff like that, but also for my football team, which is having a terrible year. So I hope to have a good, better year this year with my football team, better year this year with reading books, and hopefully everything goes well for you guys too. So if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more videos from me, please subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at GhostReads28, on Instagram at Justin the Ghost Reader, and on Goodreads. The link to that is down in the description box below. So as always, keep reading, and Black Lives Matter.